Hello students, welcome to Zero Calorie Education. This is my first lecture for you people. In chemistry we will start from the very basic concept. We will first cover the basic concept and then we will go to the higher level. So whatever I will teach you, first of all you have to go through those basic concepts, then you have to go through your board book, that is NCERT or KL Chugh or Nutan, depending upon what book you have for the school. So after completing that board part, then we will go beyond that. Slowly we will go to the higher level and then we will reach to the more than ITG level. So let's start with the very basic concept that already you have done in lower classes. So let's start with mole. What is actually mole? Before starting this part, let us suppose a particular person, say Ram, has gone to market and he want to buy some apple. His mother told him to buy some apple, right? So now what he will say to the shopkeeper? He will say, give me some 500 apples or 1 kg apple, because he needs some unit to measure. Mass will be measured in terms of gram, milligram, kilogram, etc. Similarly, if Ramu or Ram, whatever, wants to buy some milk, then he will say, I need 500 ml milk or half liter or 1 liter. If he is traveling to some place, then he will measure the distance in terms of kilometer or meters. So different entities has some units to measure. Similarly, if you want to measure the atoms, if we want to calculate the atoms, molecules, ions, reactants, compounds, we need some unit which is beneficial for the calculation. So in chemistry, this mole is nothing but chemical counting unit. Chemical counting unit. This chemical counting unit, that's mole, can be divided or can be explained in 3 parts. First, by number. By number, 1 mole of any species is equal to Avogadro number, that is represented as Na, and this is nothing but 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 of that species, right? Say I have 1 mole helium gas. So 1 mole of helium gas means I have 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 atoms of helium, or I have 1 Na of helium atom. If I have 1 mole hydrogen gas, 1 mole of hydrogen gas will be equal to 6.023 into 10 power 23 molecule, not atoms. Why? Because hydrogen is diatomic. That is equal to 1 Na molecule, right? If I wanted to convert this into atoms, as each molecule is having 2 atoms, so this will be multiplied by 2. So that will be multiplied by 2 atoms of hydrogen, that will be equal to twice of Na, but it will be atoms. Now second, by mass. By mass, 1 mole of any species means in terms of atoms, molecules of ions, right? So 1 mole of a particular species will be equal to atomic mass or molecular mass of that species, depending upon whether that species is present in the form of atoms or in the form of molecule. Say helium only, if I am having helium, so 1 mole of helium gas will be equal to what? 4 gram, exactly 4 gram helium gas, because the atomic mass of helium is 4 gram. If I am saying 1 mole hydrogen gas, 1 mole of hydrogen gas is equal to 2 gram. Why? Atomic mass is 1, but each molecule is having 2 atoms, that is why 2 gram of hydrogen. If I am saying oxygen, so 1 mole of oxygen will be how much? Tell me. 32 gram. Atomic mass is 16. 1 mole of nitrogen, that will be equal to 28 gram. Atomic mass is 14. Now come to third part, that is by volume. By volume. This third part, by volume, first of all is applicable to ideal gases. What are the ideal gases? All those gases which obeys gas laws and obey gas equation PV is equal to nRT. P is the pressure, V is the volume, N is the number of moles, R is the universal gas constant, and T is the temperature. We will discuss this in detail in gas laws, gaseous state. So for now, PV is equal to nRT. जो gas follow करेगा that will be ideal gas, because this concept is applicable only for ideal gases. Before going to this, we must know what is STP. STP is nothing but standard temperature and pressure. I am not asking about the expansion, right? I am talking about the sense. STP indicate over here 273 Kelvin temperature and 1 atmosphere pressure. This was the old concept. Nowadays STP means 273 Kelvin temperature and 1 bar pressure. We have different units of pressure: bar, atmosphere, mmHg, torr, etc. Right? So now what is the difference between the bar and atmosphere? This bar and atmosphere are approximately same. There is no significant difference. Slightly but not significantly. 1 atmosphere is approximately equal to 1.01325 bar. So in general, by use in the calculation, whether we use atmosphere or bar at this class 12 or class 11 level, there is no significant difference, right? So 1 mole ideal gas, say for example helium gas, that is equal to always 22.4 liter at STP. If we are using 1 atmosphere, if we are using 1 bar, then this will be approximately 22.7 liter at STP when you are using bar. But most of time in the books atmosphere is used, so most of time we use this 22.4 liter, right? Any gas, suppose I am saying CH4, whatever the masses, if it is 1 mole, then at STP it will also have 22.4 liter volume. Say I am saying oxygen gas 1 mole, if it is condition apply ideal, then it will be 22.4 liter. Nitrogen gas 1 mole, it will be 22.4 liter. So any ideal gas at STP will occupy the same volume, that is 22.4 liter. Now how to calculate the number of moles? How to convert the given amount into number of moles? So calculation of number of moles. How to calculate? Calculation of number of moles. Number of moles can be represented by small n. So small n, number of moles will be equal to given number of atoms or molecules divided by Avogadro number, that is 6.023 into 10 power 23. Suppose you have 24 bananas, then if I am asking how many dozen of banana you have, then what you will do? You know 1 dozen is having 12, so 24 will be divided by 12. Over here we are doing the same thing. Given amount is divided by Avogadro number. Suppose you have mass. How to convert the mass into number of moles? So given mass divided by atomic mass or molecular mass, depending upon whether the species is present in the form of atom or molecules. If volume is given, so volume given at a certain temperature and pressure divided by volume of 1 mole of gas at the same temperature and pressure. If I am taking STP, then volume of gas at STP divided by 22.4, because the volume of 1 mole of gas at STP is 22.4, right. Next, now how to use this concept in solving the problem? Suppose we have this question, number of protons and neutrons in 98 gram of H2SO4. Atomic mass of hydrogen is 1, sulfur 32 and oxygen 16 gram. So molecular mass of H2SO4 is 98 gram. So first of all we have to convert this mass into number of moles. Given mass is 98 gram. So given mass will be divided by the molecular mass, because the molecular mass of H2SO4 now over here is 98. So we have 1 mole. 1 mole of H2SO4. Now we have to calculate the protons and neutrons. Hydrogen is having 1 proton only, no neutron, only atom which is having only proton. Sulfur is having 16 proton and 16 neutron. Oxygen is having 8 proton and 8 neutron. So the number of proton over here and neutron over here both are same. In this case as well the number of proton and the number of neutrons are same. यहाँ पर neutrons नहीं है, so neutrons are relatively less. So what we have to do, first of all we have to calculate the number of protons in one molecule, because 1 mole is equal to 6.023 into 10 power 23 molecule of H2SO4, molecule not atoms. Now 1 molecule of H2SO4 is having how much proton? 2 from hydrogen plus 16 from sulfur plus 8 into 4 from oxygen. So that will be equal to 32 plus 16 plus 2, right? So this will be in total how much? This will be 50. So in this case we have 50 proton. So in one molecule, but if we have this much, then it will be 50 into Avogadro number. So the answer in this case will be this, right? Now what about neutrons? 1 mole H2SO4 will be having how much neutron? Hydrogen do not have any neutron, so 16 plus 32, that will be 48. Now the number of neutrons, will be 48 into Avogadro number. Why? Because each molecule is having 48 neutron and we have 1 mole, that is equal to this Avogadro number. So total will be 48 Na. Similarly, if we want to calculate the number of neutrons in hydrogen in water molecule, 9 gram. So first of all, what we have to do? Convert this into number of moles, molecular masses, twice 2 plus 16, that is 18 gram, right? That is the molecular mass. Now that will be 0.5 into Avogadro number, that is 6.023 into 10 power 23, or we can say half Na, same thing. Now this molecule has to be converted into number of neutrons. In water only oxygen is having neutron, hydrogen do not have any neutron. So 1 mole of oxygen having how many moles of neutron? 8. Number of protons and number of protons and neutrons are same in oxygen. So number of neutrons will be 8 into half Na, that is nothing but 4 Na. That should be the answer. Next, similarly you have to find out this. This is your homework. Practice. This is your homework. I will discuss this on the Zoom, right? Number of electron in 4.2 gram of azide ion, N3 minus, and number of electron in 7 gram of nitride ion, that is N3 minus. Next we are coming to the gravimetric analysis. Gravimetric analysis includes the calculation of mass to mass, that is mass relationship, second mass volume relationship, and third volume relationship. If we are going to calculate the mass of the product on the basis of the given mass of the reactant, then calculation will be mass relationship. If we are going to calculate the volume of the product form with the help of the mass of the reactant given, then it is known as mass volume relationship. And if you are going to calculate the volume of the product or the species with the help of the volume given of the reactant in the question, then it is known as volume relationship. There are some rules how to do these calculation. So you have to follow these rules. First, you have to balance the equation. That is the most important thing. This first point, if you will not follow this, definitely you can make a mistake. The second point is write the respective number of moles in the equation. थर्ड, राइट द मास ऑफ रेस्पेक्टिव नंबर ऑफ मोल्स, से 1 मोल के लिए मास कितना है, 2 मोल के लिए मास कितना है, 5 मोल के लिए मास कितना है, you have to write that, and then by using unitary method you can calculate the mass. Let's see how. Say for example, we have this calcium carbonate. We have a question, calculate the mass of calcium carbonate, calculate the mass of CO2 form when 20 gram of calcium carbonate is heated. Now let's see the solution. Calcium carbonate when heated, it gives calcium oxide and CO2 gas. So first of all we have to balance the reaction. This is already balanced. 1 mole is giving 1 mole and this is giving 1 mole, like this. So rule number 1, first of all we have to balance the reaction. This is already balanced. Rule number 2, write the respective number of moles. 1 mole of this is giving 1 mole of this and 1 mole of this. Now write the mass of the respective number of moles. Mass over here, 1 mole calcium carbonate is having 100 gram mass, 1 mole of calcium oxide is having 56 gram and 1 mole of CO2 is having 44 gram. आपको क्या करना है, यूनिटरी मेथड करना है. 100 gram calcium carbonate gives 44 gram CO2, then 20 gram will give how much? Unitary method, 44 divided by 100 into 20, that will give 8.8 gram. Simple answer that you already know. Next is limiting reagent. I will discuss the mass volume relationship and volume relationship, but before that let's discuss the limiting reagent. The compound which totally consumed during the reaction is known as limiting reagent. Now you will think always जिसका mass कम है वही limiting reagent है. No, it's not necessary always. Something different is there. Suppose there is a party, some Annaprashan party is there and you have gone to that party. There is some butter naan and butter chicken and paturi, rice, so many things. Now suppose a particular person, Ramu, has a tendency to eat 1 naan with 4 pieces of chicken, right? Now suppose he has taken 2 naan and 6 piece chicken. So which is the limiting reagent over here? The limiting reagent over here is chicken. Why? With 1 piece of naan he will eat 4 pieces of chicken, and as we have 6 pieces of chicken, तो 6 पीस के लिए यहाँ पर 1.5 नान ही सफिशियंट होगा. दैट मीन्स नान बचा रहेगा. जल्दी कौन खत्म होगा? जल्दी खत्म होगा चिकन. So although the pieces of chicken were more, but chicken is not the limiting reagent. Sorry, although the amount of this naan was less, right? 2 है नान और चिकन जो है वो 6 पीस हैं. तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि नॉन लिमिटिंग एजेंट हो गया. नो, वी हैव टू सी द प्रोपोर्शन टू रिएक्ट. किसका कितने साथ रिएक्शन करता है. 2 मोल के साथ 2 नान के साथ आपको 8 पीस चिकन चाहिए. 8 पीस चिकन तो नहीं है, 6 पीस चिकन है. सो विच विल बी टोटली कंज्यूम इन द रिएक्शन? ऑब्वियसली चिकन. सो यू हैव टू सी ड्यूरिंग द कोर्स ऑफ रिएक्शन which will totally consume in the reaction. So the reactant which totally consumed during the reaction is known as limiting reagent, right? Now let's see. Suppose we have this question, calculate the amount of ammonia formed when 7 gram of nitrogen gas react with 6 gram of hydrogen gas. So let's first of all write N2 plus hydrogen, and then it is giving ammonia gas. What is the first rule? We have to balance the reaction. What is the reaction? This is the balanced reaction, right? This is gas, this is gas, this is gas. So this is first rule. Second rule, we have to write the respective number of moles. 1 mole of this is reacting with 3 mole of this to form 2 mole of this, right? Now we have to convert this respective number of moles into mass. 28 gram of this will react 6 gram of this to form 34 gram of this. Molecular mass of ammonia is 17, that's why for 2 mole 34. Molecular mass of hydrogen is 2, for 3 mole this. So now we have to decide in these two which one is the limiting reagent, right? How we will know? Let's start. 7 gram is reacting with 6 gram. तो वी हैव यूनिटरी मेथड. 28 ग्राम के साथ में 6 ग्राम रिएक्शन करता है तो 7 ग्राम के साथ में कितना रिएक्शन करेगा? यूनिटरी मेथड 6 डिवाइड बाई 28 इंटू 7, राइट? कितना होगा? दिस विल बी हाउ मच अमाउंट? 6 ग्राम. 7 ग्राम रिएक्ट विद 6 ग्राम. सो 7 ग्राम के साथ में रिएक्शन करेगा 1.5 ग्राम. फाइन. सो कौन टोटली कंज्यूम होगा? टोटली कंज्यूम होगा नाइट्रोजन. So don't think nitrogen is more in amount and hydrogen is less in amount. So this is the limiting reagent. No, we have to think in the proportion, right? So 7 ग्राम जैसे रिएक्शन करेगा इसका 1.5 ग्राम यूज होगा, हाइड्रोजन बचा रहेगा, नाइट्रोजन टोटली कंज्यूम हो जाएगा. So the limiting reagent in this case, limiting reagent LR, limiting reagent is nitrogen. So we have to do calculation on the basis of nitrogen, not on the basis of hydrogen. So now we can write again nitrogen gas plus 3H2 gas will give twice of ammonia. 28 gram will give 34 gram. So 7 gram will give how much? 34 divided by 28 into 7. 8.5 gram. So the amount of ammonia formed over here will be 8.5 gram according to the calculation, right? Next, second example. This is for your homework. ये आपका होमवर्क है, यहां पर आप इसको करके रखेंगे, हम डिस्कस करेंगे जूम पर. कैलकुलेट द अमाउंट ऑफ सोडियम फॉस्फेट व्हेन 4.9 ग्राम ऑफ H3PO4 रिएक्ट्स विद 5 ग्राम ऑफ NaOH, right? Atomic mass I can tell, sodium 23 gram, phosphorus 31 gram, oxygen you know 16 gram and hydrogen 1 gram. Next is mass volume relationship. Say we have 7 gram nitrogen, same question, 7 gram nitrogen reacts with 6 gram of hydrogen, then how much volume of ammonia will form at STP, right? First of all, we have to find out the limiting reagent. Already we know this is the limiting reagent. To write the balance equation, N2 plus 3H2 is giving twice of ammonia. Rule number 1. Rule number 2, write the number of moles. 1 mole is reacting with 3 mole to giving 2 mole of this. Now we have to use mass and we have to find out the volume. इसका इसके कंपैरिजन में निकालना है. This is the limiting reagent. So 28 gram when react 1 mole 28 gram. 2 mole volume means twice of molar volume. Molar volume means volume of 1 mole of gas. So that is nothing but 44.8 liter. So 28 से मिलता है हमको this much, तो 7 से मिलेगा कितना? That will be 44.8 divided by 28 into 7, 11.2 liter. So now in this way we can find out the volume. Now volume relationship, right? On the basis of given volume we can find out the volume of product. So whenever calculation are based or done on the basis of given volume and we have to find out the volume, then it is known as volume relationship. Fine. How? Suppose you have to calculate the volume of ammonia gas formed when 56 ml of N2 gas react with 200 ml of hydrogen gas. Now let's start. N2 plus 3H2 is giving twice of ammonia. Now look carefully. 1 mole reacts with 3 mole and to find out 2 mole, right? 1 mole, that means 22400 ml. 3 moles, 3 into 22400 ml, and this is 2 into 22400 ml, right? So first of all we have to find out the limiting reagent. ये और ये, इसका जो वॉल्यूम है इसका थर्ड टाइम ये चाहिए. फाइन. ये अगर 1 मोल है तो ये 3 मोल, ये 1 वॉल्यूम तो ये 3 वॉल्यूम. ओवर हेयर वी हैव टेकन 56 ml, तो इसका ये थर्ड टाइम चाहिए. तो 56 मल्टीप्लाइड 3, तो 56 इंटू मल्टीप्लाइड बाई 3 कितना हो जाएगा? इतना ml चाहिए. बट हाइड्रोजन हमने कितना लिया? 200, तो 200 ml तो ज्यादा है. इसका मतलब लिमिटिंग रीजन कौन है? ये. फाइन. ये सिस्टम में बचा रहेगा. सो दिस विल टोटली कंज्यूम इन द रिएक्शन. सो दिस इज द लिमिटिंग रीजेंट. कैलकुलेशन किसके बेसिस पर करना है? इसके बेसिस पर करना है, राइट? इसके बेसिस पे करते हैं कैलकुलेशन. अभी 22400 ml से मिलता है 2 इंटू 22400 ml, तो 56 ml से कितना मिलेगा? इसका जस्ट डबल, 2 इंटू 56. इससे मिलता है इतना. अगर ये एक वॉल्यूम तो ये डबल वॉल्यूम, ये 56 तो ये 56 इंटू 2, दैट विल बी द आंसर. इतना ml. फाइन. अगर इसको नंबर ऑफ मोल्स में कन्वर्ट करना है तो आप इसको डिवाइड कर दीजिए 22400 से. नाउ कम टू द परसेंटेज यील्ड. व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ परसेंटेज यील्ड? सपोज एक रिएक्शन करना है, उस रिएक्शन में आपने कुछ अमाउंट लिया, से एक गवर्नमेंट ऑफिस है, वहां पर एक पर्टिकुलर प्रोजेक्ट के लिए 500 करोड़ अलॉट हुआ. ठीक है, आई एम सेइंग इन जनरल. सो अभी जो अलॉटमेंट 500 करोड़ का हुआ है, तो क्या काम 500 करोड़ का होगा? यू पीपल नो, राइट? सो सपोज काम 400 करोड़ का हुआ, तो एक्चुअली में जो काम हुआ वो 400 करोड़ का हुआ, लेकिन मनी अलॉटमेंट हुआ था 500 करोड़ का. तो एक्चुअल काम क्या है? 400 करोड़. होना चाहिए था कितना? थियोरेटिकली, नॉट एक्चुअली. थियोरेटिकली होना चाहिए था 500 का. तो परसेंटेज यील्ड जो प्रोडक्टिव है वो कितना है? 400 डिवाइड बाय 500 इंटू 100. एक्चुअल डिवाइड बाय थियोरेटिकल इंटू 100, राइट? तो जब भी ऐसा होता है, सपोज कीजिए हमारे पास में कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट है CaCO3, ठीक, और ये 100% प्योर नहीं है। परसेंटेज यील्ड कहां निकालते हैं? जहां प्योरिटी नहीं होता है, राइट, 100% कन्वर्जन नहीं होता है। ये जब इसको हीट किया तो हीट करने से मिला CaO सॉलिड प्लस CO2, ये मिला गैस, राइट। अब भी सपोज आपको बोला गया कि जब आपने इसका इनिशियली अमाउंट लिया था, आपने इसका से 50 ग्राम, ठीक, और 50 ग्राम लेने के बाद में यहां पर जो कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट, कैल्शियम ऑक्साइड मिला है, ये 25 ग्राम मिला है। आपसे पूछा परसेंटेज यील्ड क्या है, तो परसेंटेज यील्ड के लिए क्या चाहिए? पहले आपको एक्चुअल यील्ड चाहिए। एक्चुअल यील्ड तो ये है, आपको जो मिला है एक्सपेरिमेंटल दिया गया है, तो पहले थ्योरेटिकल यील्ड भी आपको फाइंड आउट करना। थ्योरेटिकल यील्ड कहां से निकलेगा? थ्योरी से। 1 मोल गिव्स 1 मोल, 100 ग्राम gives 56 gram, then 50 gram will give 28 gram only. So this is the theoretical yield. इतना मिलना चाहिए था, मिला नहीं। So the percentage yield of calcium oxide is actual yield, मिला कितना? 25 डिवाइड बाय मिलना कितना चाहिए था? 28 into 100, that will be the percentage yield of calcium oxide, ठीक है। आज के लिए इतना रखते हैं। फर्स्ट यू गो थ्रू दिस बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट, I'll send some practice for this. Accordingly, first you will finish that assignment and then I'll give you the class on Zoom. We will discuss the doubts related to this concept and the assignments. Take care. Bye bye.